I did not just sit here for 10 minutes talking away and I hadn't pressed record on my camera. For anyone who is thinking, what's that on the cup? There's no one I'd rather have next to me when I have a poo. Love Poppy. That was my Mother's Day present from Pops. She's very good at buying Mother's Day presents. I'm going to apologise once for this video. The fact that I have started recording wearing my dressing gown. That wasn't the plan, but somehow I am just recording in my dressing gown with my t-shirt, which is a Squid Games t-shirt. It's very cool. I have had to put the camera on auto because I'm just using natural light, and today is one of those very annoying days where it's really cloudy but the sun keeps coming out, so it's like super sunny, super cloudy, and you just can't do that on manual. You have to have it on auto so it can just do it itself. And I also apologise for the very possibly scattiness of this video. You probably guessed by its title, I will probably put burnout in the title, that it's just me telling you that I burnt out. And there we go, that's the end of the video. I haven't planned this video. You might get that. But let me just making sure I'm recording audio. So, I am self-employed, and anyone who is maybe self-employed or works from home or makes content for any type of social media will probably understand that there's no cut-off. There's no time where you say, right, I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to be at home and forget about work. And even if you have a job in an office and it's a 9-to-5 office, like a job, if your boss has your phone number, they could still be ringing you when you're out of the office, so even they might cross that boundary. But as someone who works from home, is self-employed and who makes content, there is no time where I turn off. My brain is constantly thinking about making videos, streaming, what I need to be doing, opportunities for new video ideas, improving my setup. And then on top of that, I've got my other jobs. So most people know what I do. For those who don't, I have 5 jobs. I did have 8 jobs pre-pandemic. Just before the pandemic, I dropped 3 jobs. One of them was stewarding at theatres. So you know when you go and you've got the ushers and the stewards, I was doing that. I worked at bingo. I was on the stage checking people's cards. I did that. And I was also an events organiser. So I used to plan parties and things for corporate companies. I dropped that. So now I'm left with 5 jobs. They are streaming on Twitch. And the reason I consider these jobs is because they're an income stream. I know a lot of people stream on Twitch for a hobby, but this is what I do. This is how I pay my bills. So I take it seriously. I always try and stick to a schedule. I try and be as professional as possible, although the people who watch me on Twitch will probably laugh at that. But I try and treat it as a job. So I stream on Twitch. I make YouTube videos. I'm an events manager, so I run comedy shows in various venues and various places around the northeast. I am like a comedy admin slash PA. So me and my friend, we put comedy shows on, and I do what's called advancing them. So the comedians who are on, I'll send out a very detailed email with time they're on stage, the venue, who the other acts are, where to get there, like how to get there, where there's food if they need something to eat, how much they need to invoice for it, all that sort of stuff, everything they will need to know for this show. That's what I do. And then I do some other bits as well. Then I also what else do I do? Oh yeah, I work in a box office. I sell tickets in a couple of different box offices. I was thinking, sure, I had 5. So that's what I do for a living. I have 5 different jobs. They're obviously not full-time, they're not part-time, they are as and when. I might do like a 6-hour comedy show, and I try to make sure that I only do 2 extra hours now, that I do 2 extra hours of something else to make up that 8-hour day. However, that is how my time is spent, and I'm spread thin on everything, but that's how I like it, because I like the variety. But working from home, being self-employed, content creating, I was on it every single day for probably 12 hours, and I never really had a schedule. I was like, I'll do a bit of this and a bit of that and a sprinkling of this, and I haven't really had any proper time off for years, and it was never a problem. And in November of 2021, I just started to feel a bit, I don't know whether I want to use the word down, just didn't feel myself. And I thought it was sad because I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. The lights don't really work. I've tried them. I do get very sad when the dark nights come in. I love the sunshine. I love it. Living in the northeast of England is not the best place to be in the winter for me. I see the winter. It's not too bad running up to this, like December, because I've got Halloween, some birthdays, and in November it's my birthday. Then in December, you know, you've got Christmas to look forward to. But as soon as Christmas and New Year are over, that's it. I kind of put my head down and I'm like, let's get to April, because I find those months so difficult, which is quite often why I will book a holiday to go somewhere in January, February, just to give myself something to look forward to and try and get some winter sun. So yeah, I started to feel a bit down, a bit different in November, December, January, and I did think, seasonal affective disorder is really affecting me this time around. I didn't know why. I don't know whether it's because I am turning 40 this year and there's some sort of people always talk about the midlife crisis. And although I'm not having a midlife crisis, there are a lot of changes that mentally I'm doing to not prepare for turning 40. It's just another year, but at the same time I'm like, need to start eating healthier. So I have made huge changes to my diet, which I'm sticking to. But I was thinking maybe it could be that. And I was just feeling a bit sad and a bit miserable, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then in March, I went away to Leeds for the weekend for my friend's hen. And I loved it. Leeds is lovely. I don't think I've ever been to Leeds, and it was really, really nice. The hotel we stayed in was brilliant. The restaurants were lovely. Really enjoyed myself and had a lovely weekend away from everything, from work. Just fully immersed myself in this weekend away. And I remember coming back on the train thinking, I can't wait to get back, get in my office, do some work. And I came home and I just thought I'll just watch TV for the rest of the night. I did need to sleep actually, because for some reason I was exhausted. I was only there 2 days, didn't do that much, but I was exhausted. And then the next day, on Monday, it kind of hit me. Like, I couldn't face going into my office. There was something stopping me from, like, going in there and sitting down. And I chatted to a few people about this. And we talked about, the possibility of depression, and maybe speaking to a professional about this. And I had a long think about it. And one thing that stopped me thinking it was depression was because I got joy from everything else other than work. Going in there and doing an email, that was the thing I was avoiding. That was the thing that was making me miserable. The thought of streaming. I couldn't even think about streaming. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to make a YouTube video. Didn't want to sit and edit. Just didn't want to be in the room. Going to the beach with Poppy and having a nice walk along a sunny beach and getting a little ice cream afterwards and spending time with her. Loved it. Loved the idea of it. Loved doing it. It was brilliant. And I'm like, it's not this overall thing, it's just work. So I took 3 weeks off. Genuinely thought after 3 weeks that I'd be magically healed and back to normal. The first 2 weeks I did nothing but watch TV. God, I binged watched so much Netflix. I finished all my series and more. But yeah, I just watched TV and slept for like 2.5 weeks. Then, the end of the 3rd week, I wrote this plan. And in this plan, I gave myself 2 full days off. And then kind of feels difficult to structure sentences for some reason. I was like, okay, I'm working a comedy show. That's probably 6 hours. I will do 2 hours of another work and then give myself the entire morning off. Oh, I'm streaming. It's an hour to prepare, 3 hours stream. That's 4 hours work I've done. I will allow myself to do another 4 hours. So I've done this amazing plan and I was so positive going forward with it. And I was like, yeah, I've got this. No, still not there. It's been like 6 weeks now. And I'm streaming. And I'm doing comedy. Struggling to get back into YouTube. And that is the reason why, even though my lighting is not great, I'm not really dressed. I'm just doing it because I need to do it and get back into it. I'm being overly cautious about working too much. There's days where I just don't work. And like yesterday, I'm like, oh, I'll just go on Minecraft all day. because that's all I could face. But then at the end of the day I feel rubbish because I've been on Minecraft all day and I've not achieved anything. And it is just this like washing machine of emotions. And I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know how to get back to where I was, or even if I want to get back to where I was. Like, I'll not be able to face doing work, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I'm not in the right headspace. Just give yourself a day off, Charlotte. So I have a day off. And of course, at the end of the day, I'm like, you haven't done anything today. I feel shit about myself. So, that is where I'm at. I've watched some TikToks on burnout. Don't worry, I've watched other things. TikTok is a problem in itself. I'm so addicted to TikTok. It's embarrassing. 39-year-old and addicted to TikTok. However, I will say that algorithm has nailed me down. That algorithm knows me inside. It knows me better than I know myself. Although it is suggesting some random things. And I'm like, that's not me. But every video I've been watching, I'm like, yeah. And it's all self-help. It's all stuff I'm learning. Like when I first looked at TikTok, it was all dancing. That didn't interest me, so I didn't stay on it. And then it's narrowed me down to like, my thumb has gone numb. It's narrowed me down to feminism, politics, vegetarian and veganism. I'm not either, but I'm kind of leaning towards a lot less meat, possibly going veggie. What else? Nutrition. Massive on nutrition. The amount of nutritionists that come up on my feed. Exercising, like stoicism. So all this stuff that I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, I didn't know that. Like, it's just so informative. The majority of the food people I follow are actually like proper nutritionists who work for the NHS. So don't worry, I'm not just following everything on TikTok. Anyway, so my TikTok addiction wasn't helping. There are days I'll go on it and I lose a whole day. And it's so embarrassing to say that, but I was talking to my friend and she's like, I'm exactly the same. She went, everything I see on it, I want to see. And she said, you can open it up and think I'll be on it for 10 minutes and 2 hours goes by. It's scary. To the point where I'm in the shower and in my shower there's a shelf. There's 2 shelves at the far end of my shower. It's quite a long shower. I'll insert a picture here if I remember. And I put my phone there and I'll put on TikTok and I'll scroll while I'm in the shower. And I'm thinking, doesn't it have an auto scroll feature? Nobody invent an auto scroll feature. That's a terrible idea. So yeah, I've been trying to like wean myself off it. As much as I would love to delete it, it's something that I feel like I need to be on to help grow my channel and that whole social media world I'm in. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I had a complete and utter burnout, and I was just nice to myself for 3 weeks. I slept, I watched TV, I went and got facials, I went to the beach, which was all lovely, and it was scary how much I enjoyed it, and it was scary how much I thought, I don't want to go back to working. I didn't really have a reason to make this video. I guess sometimes my channel can be used as an outlet for things in my brain, I've talked about health issues on here before, and a lot of people kind of enjoyed those videos because it made them feel not alone. They could talk about, you know, if they were going through the same thing. And if you are going through the same thing, if you've had burnout, please let me know. If you have tips, please let me know. Would love to chat about it. It usually, apparently, 3 to 5 years to recover from it. Can it not be 3 to 5 years? Can it be like 2 months and I'll be back? I'm hoping, and this sounds silly, but I'm hoping the fact that the summer is hurtling towards us will help me. Whenever it's sunny, whenever the sun is out and it's a nice temperature, I tend to drop everything and just go and sit in the garden with all of the birds, poppy sunbathing. I usually have like nice stocks of Oatly ice cream in my freezer and some waffle cones in the summer, and I always go out and treat myself to an ice cream in the garden. I'm hoping there'll be a lot of that this summer. So there wasn't really a specific kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to kind of wrap this video up. It's an incredibly imperfect video. There's no production value to it at all. I've just come on here and rambled for a long time about my burnout. And just to let you know the reason why I'm not uploading regularly. I have videos I recorded in my wedding series. I've got loads of videos there, but I don't want to put them all out in one go. But the problem with my wedding series is they're not edited. I have to get the motivation to edit them. I don't have motivation to do anything, really. Motivation has just gone out of the window, like ran far, far away. And pity party for one. Does anyone want to join me? Bring your glasses and whatever you fancy a drink. Oh, I hate doing things like this because it feels so incredibly first world problems. Like, oh guys, burnt out. It's first world problem. Like there are things going on in the world right now that are way worse than my problems. Way, way worse. But at the same time, this is my world and this is what's going on in my life, and they affect me and my life. I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm just chatting utter rubbish. But that's where I've been. That's what's going on. I'm not back yet. Any tips you've got, please let me know. If you just want to tell me about your experience of it, go for it. I'm very much of the mindset of a problem shared is a problem halved. When I did this and spoke about my anxiety, it really helped. So yeah, I'm going to go now. It is 20 to 2. I'm going to have some lunch. I've been eating some really nice lunches recently. The whole eating healthy, I would say, like, I've got a pretty good my breakfasts. My breakfasts are top notch. I'll have to show you what I eat for breakfast. Every ingredient that goes into my breakfast is carefully planned on why I'm eating it. Like, I think there's 14 ingredients in it. Chia seeds, blueberries, almonds, dates, pecans, grape nuts. They're not grapes and they're not nuts. It's just extra fibre, but I like the taste of them. all of these things, pumpkin seeds. It takes me half an hour to eat, but I actually really like it. Lunch though has been something that I've always been terrible with. I'm not a lunch person. If I can just shove something down my throat, that will keep me going until dinner. Usually I walk into the pantry, I'm like, I'll have a bit of that, and I'll just stand and eat things I see. But I've been eating, are they bubbles? Oh no, they're not. There's a lot of dandelions around at the moment, and they're turning into like the little seeds, the little floaty things, and when a gust of wind comes, it's blowing them all. And if you see them, blow them, because dandelions are an incredible source of energy for the bees in spring. Don't kill them off, just leave them for the bees. We need them. So yeah, at the moment I've been eating oven buns. I should have stopped this video about 5 minutes ago. You know, a bun when you put it in the oven for like 5 minutes and it's all nice and crispy. It's partially cooked. So I'll do one of them, and I'll get some lactose-free cream cheese, spread that on. Then I'll get an avocado, mush it up, and put a nice helping of, there's this seasoning that I found in Asda, and it's Portuguese piri piri. It's really nice, so I sprinkle that and mix it in. And then, because I am part of the air fryer gang, yes, get one. I would say if you are a person who uses their oven a lot, get an air fryer, because technically it's just a small oven, it's like a convection oven. So sometimes I'll cook just a single breaded piece of chicken, and I'd have to preheat my oven. It takes like half an hour in the oven, cut the time in half in an air fryer. It's amazing. And I bought it really to save money in the long term. So anyway, I'll put a piece of like breaded chicken in, or halloumi, into my air fryer, toast it up and put it on the top, and oh my god, it is so nice. Maybe with some tomatoes. So I've been having that. Right, I'm not going to go into dinner. I'm not going to bore you all. I'm going to finish this video, that's too long, and start to edit it after some lunch, and hopefully get it up tomorrow for you all. So thank you for listening to my ramble. Thank you for being patient on my channel. I would love to be able to put a video up every single week. I'd love to be able to put 2 up, but I'm only a one-man band and I have 5 jobs. So planning, recording, editing, all that sort of stuff, just, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you on my next video, which will be, who knows, no idea what it is, but